Hello everyone and welcome to Tech News Monday, episode 2. Let's go ahead and hop in. Alright, so I very much appreciate all of the feedback that I've received on episode 1 of Tech News Monday, and it seems like all of you want this series to go on. With that being said, let's go ahead and start off with some Samsung news. Brand new leaks, but this time around, of the actual upcoming Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra for sale. I mean, the legitimacy of these units must still be in question, but as you can see in the pictures here, even though these are not supposed to be announced until the beginning of next month, somehow, somewhere, someone actually holds copies of the S23 Ultra, and the store does claim these to be the first units of Samsung upcoming flagship phone for immediate order and delivery. As you can see, I mean, it's written in Spanish there, but they say they have it. Well, my friends, if you want to go ahead and order, do so at your own risks and possibly perils. Now, the next piece of news that we have here is the prices on these upcoming Samsung devices. Now, there were initial speculations that both the Galaxy S23 and the S23 Plus would mirror the price of the S22 and the S22 Plus when they dropped last year, so $799 and $999 respectively for the base 128 gigs of storage, and that the S23 Ultra would be going up in price when compared to where the S22 Ultra was when it launched, which was $1199 for the base 128 gigs model to $1249 for the base model of the new Ultra, which by the way now starts at 256 gigs of internal storage. And that, by the way, is also news. Apparently the S23 Ultra will start at 256 gigs. But anyways, going back to the prices here, even newer leaks are actually showing or confirming that prices on all three models are set to remain the same, as you can see on this Verizon price sheet leak. Simply meaning no price increase, so essentially the same as the S22 lineup. Again, please go ahead and take that with a grain of salt. Now, jumping into the next piece here, and this is going to be touching both Apple and Samsung. And it's simply that it's been reported that Apple will now start making its own displays for their new devices, and to be fair, they actually have been planning this for the past, I'm gonna say the past few years. It just seems to be a little bit more real now, if that makes sense. Apple has always outsourced the manufacturing of its display, meaning after they design the different displays for their devices, they will then use different display manufacturers and suppliers such as, Samsung, LG, and others to fulfill the manufacturing part of it. In fact, Samsung is, and you may know this already, the largest manufacturer or the largest supplier of OLED display for Apple's iPhone 14 lineup right now. And as I always say in my reviews of Samsung Galaxy devices, Samsung knows a thing or two about making displays, and they've been doing it for a while. And with that being said, I have no doubt that Apple is going to hit some level of learning curve as they hope to better themselves at making displays. In either case, the strategy that they're going for right now is they're opting to give the next generation of Apple Watch Ultra the first go at it, meaning they're looking forward to having the first iteration of their own displays to be implemented on the next gen Watch Ultra, or the next gen Apple Watch Ultra, and then of course the other Apple devices will follow suit. Needless to add that Apple already has control over its chipsets, right? And now they simply want to expand that control over the displays just like they do with their own silicon. And the last part of this piece is that Apple is working on the first MacBook with touchscreen OLED displays, and we could actually see these come in as early as next year, but nothing has been officially confirmed so far. Now, the final piece of news that we have here is going to be on the next Google Pixel tablet, codenamed Tangor. And this is not necessarily breaking news, right? This is simply to not only remind those who already know, but to inform those who may not be aware, right? So in case you're not aware, Google has not made a tablet since its Pixel C way back in, I believe, 2015. The goal with this upcoming one is to not only offer a large display portable device to Google's line of mobile tech, but also continue to build up, a type of ecosystem to the likes of Apple or Samsung, so that all of involved Google family devices have an established level of continuity, which in general would be the main goal of these ecosystems. Right now, Google itself has not confirmed the exact date, but they're projecting for May of 2023, best case scenario, or worst case scenario, you would simply see a launch at the next Google Pixel I/O event in October of this year of 2023. Now, we don't particularly have a full specs sheet, but all images that you've been looking at so far are as close to what the tablet will look like as possible. We will be looking at a 10.95 inches display with configs of 128 gigs and 256 gigs of internal storage. In terms of additional specs here, what you would have out of the box box would be Android 13, and of course it's going to be boasting Google's own silicon, right? We're looking at that second generation Tensor chip, so the G2. Google also claims that this is going to be a premium tablet, although just looking at these images, it may not appear so. But then again, who knows? This is just a video, and who knows what it will be like exactly when it drops. And one last thing here is that it's likely to support some type of stylus, so very much looking forward to seeing this compete against the other premium tablet. That is essentially all for this edition of Tech News Monday. I will have more in the next episode. I'm gonna stay updated so that you stay updated. Up until the next episode, of course, as always, stay safe out there.